So what's up, you guys? How you guys doing? I can't believe I'm finally starting the podcast. It's gonna be fun, gonna be lit. But it's the first episode, y'all. If y'all like music, like hip hop, like basketball, just want to ride with me, I need y'all to turn up. It's the first episode, y'all. It's gonna be the first of many. Some of y'all gonna be my day ones. So I need y'all to get live in here, get lit. We go on, man. Come on, bring it up. Bring the ruckus up in here. Come on now. Represent. It's the first podcast. You know what? I'm about to blow your headphones out. Let's go. Turn it up. Turn it up. Bring the ruckus, hey. 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 I'm gonna need y'all to get lit right now. Come on now. I need some more energy. Come on. It's the first episode. Turn up. Turn up. Hey. Bring the ruckus. Bring the ruckus. Yeah. 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 Alright. Yeah. Turn up. Turn up. Alright, y'all. Alright, kill. Alright, let's get into this. Oh, we got y'all hype now, got y'all feeling good, got y'all ready to bring the ruckus. Yeah, we're gonna say it all day on this pod. But yeah, if y'all don't know, my name is Dave Vaughn. I made YouTube videos for a while, but kind of was hard making YouTube videos. A lot of trials and tribulations. Sometimes life get hard when you're making videos, just creating content. So, I'm here making for podcasts. I miss creating content. I miss, talking to people, interacting with people online. Cause for real, it can be fun. And right now, I just want to talk about some basketball, talk about some music. So, let's get into it. So, you guys want to know about me? Just follow me on my socials. It's Davon Ambitious. Just don't put the hyphen in there. So it's Devon Ambitious. Might be an underscore in between the two names, but yeah, check me out. I'm trying to create some more content. I'm here to talk about some music. I'm a huge music fan, huge basketball fan, and we're gonna be talking about all these teams, talking about all the things happening in hip hop and music right now. But for right now, it's just day one podcast episode. So we're gonna keep it chill right now. We're gonna keep it cool. But I do want to talk about just the whole state of hip hop and the whole state of today's NBA. So first of all, I want to start off and just talk about the state of hip hop today. When I look at the state of hip hop right now, you see all these dudes, they getting money. Everybody's getting money right now. But it's not really much musical substance right now. No one's really talking any type of consciousness like it used to be and like that. And there's nothing bad about that, but a lot of stuff do kind of sound similar, so it's not much variety. We've been kind of stuck in the same type of trappish music. Everybody sound the same. You might see a couple people being different, but it's no really just hoorah stuff with hip hop right now. There's no one out there just really, you can say, breaking records or just really breaking grounds, just doing some crazy stuff. Nah, I will say we are gonna talk about the most obvious, the beef that just happened. And it did change a lot for hip hop, and I think that's a good thing. But we gonna get into it a little later. But just you know, overall, I think hip hop's a good state right now. We can't just look at just things ain't how I want it or how like some OGs or whatever want it. Like it's still cool. But right now, I want to talk about just the women hip hop since we're talking about the state. And right now, the women stuff is running hip hop. Talk about Sexy Red and Ice Spice and all this stuff. I bring this up because I hear a lot of OGs, a lot of people talking online, just speaking about how like they shouldn't be rapping like that. All they do is rap about the same thing. All these old thoughts and stuff. All they do is show off their body. Blah, blah, blah. And for one, I don't ever get why dudes be hating on women like twerking and shaking their butts and just showing everything. For one, as you man, you should want to see it. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with seeing it if you really want to, but it also mean I do get it. Also, you don't want your daughters getting influenced by the type of stuff. But I feel like a lot of people use that as a scapegoat is a way to just be sexist. It's when they talk about Ice Spice, Sexy Red, and all this stuff, because there's still some really dope females MCs out here. Just feel like people just don't look at those. They just look at whatever's in the mainstream, whenever it's that, and they just say that's what what is hip hop. I don't have no problem with no Ice Spice or Sexy Red because for one, I can easily ignore them. Like we got the internet right now, we can ignore all that stuff. Ain't nobody forcing y'all to go watch those things. You know what I mean? But hey, folks, we do it anyway. So overall, I look at the women in hip hop. I say, man, it's cool. It's good to have some variety. I mean, even if they're not exactly what you want, you can say some was industry plants and all this stuff people saying. But hey, man, it is what it is. Like yo, everybody can't be Lauren Hills, and the days Lauren Hills over. And it's funny that so many dudes be talking like that, but it's not too many men doing the same thing. There ain't a lot of positive men out here making positive music and hip hop. So we can't just sit there and look at these women like they the reason why the whole game is messed up because Ice Spice twerked or something like that. Like, let's be real, they don't get that much power. Only thing you seen is someone being ratchet and they shaking their booty or whatever, twerking. Like, come on now. It's just that in the days it's hating on some young people getting the money, It is what it is. Little Kim was doing the same thing. So I mean, I don't get what the big deal is. I mean, I understand we might got a little too much of it. We might see just the same thing. Like, how much times Meg gonna talk about the same stuff? But on the other hand, I feel like y'all can listen to other music besides Meg. Like, there's rap songs out here too. It ain't like that's just somebody forcing y'all. Yo, man, listen, putting a gun to your head. Man, listen to this. Ain't nobody torturing y'all to listen to this stuff. You just see it on the timeline and you trip about it. That's all it is. Just working on there, you looking at like, oh, I don't like her. Like, she make you mad that bad? All these little Sexy Reds and Ice Spice, like they make you that mad when you just scroll down the timeline. Like, come on, man, it's time to grow up. Hip hop ain't as bad as we think. I mean, I honestly wish it was more consciousness and some more, positivity, but you just gotta look for it at the end of the day. I feel like right now we can't just look at hip hop. It's just these one type of negative things and looking at it as a bad thing. I feel like we also in a great state of hip hop when we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop. You see, it's still a young genre, but also just a movement. Just look at all this Kendrick and Drake beef and what it did. Just not just for the culture, but just for globally. We got politicians out here saying not like us. We got everyone out here trying to be part of this culture. No other culture do this. And this is why I say, man, I love the culture and people in the culture. And I'm talking about black folks. I keep it 100 on this podcast. Like, people want to talk so much down about blackness, but everyone to be like us. Like, for real. Man, when they can't be like this, they get mad or start hating or just try to destroy us in some way. Like, no other culture of people can do what we do, just change the whole dynamic and still have people doing these things for years and years and months and just talking about, things shifting. I just wish we understood our power more and took it further things than hip hop. But saying the political podcast, we ain't getting in all that. We keeping it fun. I'm just keeping it real, bringing the ruckus. But speaking of the beef, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about Drake. I thought about this a lot. Like, what made this boy do this? Like, what made I don't get it. I don't know why Drake did that to himself. What made him think he can go talk to Kendrick? And I was through some little things today, just getting my research on. Like, the boy is crazy. So I know y'all probably tired hearing about it, but y'all didn't hear about it from me. So hey, I'm gonna talk about it, speak my mind, how I feel about it. I feel like that beat was really good for hip hop because, like I said before, he got everybody talking about it. Everybody's trying to do like not like us, little different versions of it, and some don't need to be doing it. We keep it funky. And I seen these people online. They was like some politicians, and they was talking about Trump. And this ain't no political podcast, but they said Trump is not like us. Trump is not like us. Trump is not like us. They had a little trumpet up there or something. Trump is not like us. Trump is not like us. Trump is not like us. It was so unseasoned, man. Y'all gotta check that video out. I don't know where I saw that. It's so unseasoned. The plane is like, man. y'all not part of the culture. Y'all gotta y'all make your own song up because this ain't it. Y'all making a good thing wrong. Y'all about to ruin a good moment up here. About to make the song corny and stuff. And just crazy. But anyway, talking about Drake. Hearing him and Cole first, going at it and stuff. I understand that it's kind of like sticking together. I don't even think they really want to smoke with Kendrick like that. But this type of stuff been piling up for a while. And I look at Drake like, man, this man got slaughtered. And I'm gonna just say right now, I never was a Drake fan. I tried getting into his music, but it's just not for me. So when I talk about Drake, I'm probably about to lose a lot of y'all fans right now, his fans. But hey, man, I'm just keeping it real. It's not like I care about Kendrick like that. I don't care about none of them. Ain't none of them paying my bills. I'm just one who like the music. So I'll give Drake his props. Is he is a great marketer and someone who made hits for like overall everybody. So when you look at him, I don't necessarily see him as my style of music I'm listening to, but I give that man his props. That man know how to make money, know how to make hits, know how to keep marketing going. So I mean, like he know how to sell. So you got to give it up to him that even if you don't think he's the best artist out there, the best rapper out there, this man he's entertaining to a lot of people. I mean, even if you think he's corny or whatever, this man is entertaining, and you know what? He does his thing. So hey, hit him all you want. The man's gonna get money, but I also don't think money is the overall determination of talent. And I think a lot of times that's what a lot of people look at who's new to culture and just new to it's just a new age way of thinking, new society. A lot of people think that if you make the most money, then you're the best person in the world. With really like the best sales don't mean anything. It's almost like I hope y'all some hoop heads cool too, because we talk about hoops. It's almost like saying that somebody on the Lakers right now who is better, some role player, something like that. Someone like what's his name, who used to play on the Heat, Gabe Vincent. My bad, I'm just giving no shots. I ain't getting no shots to him, but it's almost like saying Gabe Vincent because he make like 10 mil a year. He's better than like someone like Derek Fisher or somebody like Scottie Pippen because they didn't get their money. Like money don't mean necessary greatness. It's just the fact that it's these times we're living in. People getting more money, inflation, and everything else. So it's the same thing with Drake. Like just because he make the most money or make the most sales doesn't necessarily mean he's the best artist. There's a difference from artists and entertainers. Prince told y'all about that. And it's the difference between making good things rather things than just sell. Like McDonald's sell a million burgers a day, but if you had McDonald's and you had this fine dining, what you gonna choose? You gonna choose a steak or you gonna choose McDonald's? And we ain't just talking about prices. And of course, y'all be like, I can't afford a steak. Come on. Hey, some of y'all be getting the well done steaks. Y'all don't even know how to eat right. So don't got no class, no class. So yeah, it's just some things you can't always look at money when it comes to music, but just think about Drake in this whole beef. The jumping pound up for a while. Like when he first came out to the scene, he was getting a beef for everybody. It's not just Kendrick, and I think that's kind of get lost in the sauce. This man was beefing with Ludacris, Common, Pusha T, everybody. Little Duval probably. I don't know. Man was beefing with some everybody in this one. And when he first started came out, I remember when Ludacris beef was dissing him. It was a song called dang, what was it? I know it took my head too. Dang, what was it? I feel like looking it up too, because I know the name of it, but I can't think of it. Oh, Calling the Bluff, Calling the Bluff, Calling the Bluff, that it was. And Drake was basically it was Drake and Little Big Sean. I was about to say Little Sean. Lord. It was Drake and Big Sean, just basically saying that they created this punchline style. And if y'all know what the punchline style is, basically just saying a different type of word and just ending it with something else. It's kind of like Kanye West when he was like giving them salty looks, Laurie, or giving what was the Tribe Called Quest? They had a song like, dang, I can't think of it. It's like I know how it go, but I don't know the lyrics off the top of my head. It was something like Brothers Gigs flooded, created. It's just when you say something and then use it at the end of the day. Ludacris said it too as well. It was like about to stop y'all like the parade, Macy's or something like that. I ain't say it the way he said it, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's basically this punchline flow. Drake said it like got the game on Smash or got the game on Rap, Burrito, little things like that. So Drake and Big Sean was acting like they made this. Ludacris had to let the boy know, like, hey man, you didn't make this style. This junk been around for years. From Big Daddy Kane to doggone Slick Rick to Biggie. Everybody been using this type of style. Like you didn't make it relevant. Maybe just your fans who just not getting hip hop think it's your so-called flow because they're not really used to the history of hip hop, so they listen to you. So hearing this, and you're doing it more often than other people was doing it currently at that time, so they think it's your flow, but it's not necessarily your flow or your style. It's just a style of hip hop, and you're being a guest of hip hop who's coming into hip hop. Instead of respecting it, knowing your history, you're acting like it's yours, and you come in kind of aggressive. So that's kind of why he got dissed by Ludacris. It's more stuff to it too. I think maybe Ludacris kind of took his girl to. He said something like that. Now this is back a long time ago. This is like 12, 14 years ago. But I'm just bringing the history up of why Drake basically cornball in a way. I ain't saying like that, but yeah, just basically how he's cornball. Even like what Common was dissing him, came out with the song Sweet. And I ain't trying to just talk down about Drake, but it's just the fact that you gotta talk about this stuff because this man set himself up to get killed, get slaughtered. It ain't just Kendrick. When he said it ain't just me, it's we. That jump was real because it was coming to him. It's kind of like, man, this is why me personally, why I stick to myself and I don't beef with people. Cause when Drake was doing all this stuff, beefing with people like you making all these sales, but everybody coming at you. Somebody gonna come at you hard, and you ain't gonna be able to escape so easy like you did with Pusha T and Common and like Ludacris now. Cause people who ain't really trying to be mean to you, you gonna have someone like Kendrick. What happened? And hey, y'all seen what happened? Man is dead. That man got slaughtered. He ain't called all type of pedophiles and stuff. Like, mm-mm. But yeah, I don't know why he did that job. But it speaks more just even so, but like how Rick Ross was calling him white boy. Now, when you say about white boy, it's just not really dissing white people in general. It's more so just what whiteness is has been. And like I said, this ain't no political podcast, so I ain't trying to get too deep to what you think about just slave masters and just white people who just colonizers. Be honest, stealing people's culture, stealing people's stuff, and don't want to pay homage to it or show this is where it came from. Just acting like they created it. I mean, it's a very, let's keep it for real. We bring the ruckus. It's a very white thing to do. And I ain't trying to be like that, but yeah, that's why Rick Ross is calling him white boy. And the thing is, when Rick Ross is calling him white boy and all this type of stuff, like Drake should have made that a laughing stock, kind of like we did with Pusha T. He said, "You getting this for the singing, dude?" Like, man, make fun of this stuff. Like, yeah, I am white and I got good credit or something. That wouldn't even sound good either. That would have made it sound kind of coonish too. But me, mm-hmm. He could have just kept it real and just been like, yeah, I'm half white and half black, but I'm still, I don't know, a person. I ain't or she could have made that jump sound way colder than just dumb it down, calling people slaves and stuff. And when you look at different lines like that, it just shows it's some of the corny stuff it does. Because I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a conscious person, especially a conscious black person in the United States and America. And I think a lot of times people look at it as a bad thing, which it ain't. It's not bad standing up for your people when the people's constantly getting, killed in the streets and put in messed up situations, redlining and everything else. These things still happen. So it is nothing wrong with being pro black and being pro activist. And when people talk down about that stuff, it really make you look clown. Because why do you want to stand for something that's bigger than yourself? So these little lines that Drake was giving out, I just feel like the man should have just never came at Trent Kendrick. It's just stuff that really just ruined himself. Um, Even when we talk about different things like when Drake was with Wayne and stuff, Wayne was locked up and he's messing around with his girl. So it's a lot of cornballish stuff that happened with Drake. And I just feel like the whole beef he could have handled. He could have. I don't think he would have won with Kendrick no matter what. But the whole way him and Cole exactly approach it was kind of crazy to me. Like y'all set yourself up to get killed. Like Drake. I mean not Drake. I'm sorry. Cole had a whole song called 7 Minute Drill. And that jump wasn't even 7 minutes long. And Euphoria was about 7 minutes long. Meet the Grams was about 7 minutes long. Like if y'all want to say y'all the best in hip hop, y'all need to come off these bars, and it ain't hard to rap for 7 minutes. Now Drake did do that in that Family Matters song, but at that time it was a little too late. He should have did that from jump. But I also feel like a lot of times he was kind of trying to ride the beat and something, oh, drop the 50, man, drop it 50, yeah. Like, he was trying to ride the beat instead of just giving people bars and stuff. And then when he was giving people bars, he was still doing stuff that's kind of cornish. Like, nobody care about your penis, homie. Like, we talking bars, you talking about dropping the bars. Like, and I ain't talking about the bars y'all talking. I'm talking about bars up in jail. Y'all didn't get that. Like, no, man, we don't. Might want to hear about your thing, nasty freaky boy. Like, come on now. Y'all can't say that Jumper wasn't was whack. It ain't your big three, it's only the big E. Like, man, like, get your nasty stuff out of here. Like, that's like if you get into a fight and you got your hands up and somebody be like, come on, and they just drop their pants. Like, come on, what you gonna do? Hands all up, man. Bro, why you getting naked right now? And we talking about scrap that jump is weird. So he just set himself up really to get killed. And I don't know why he did that stuff. Even the stuff with Pac and stuff, he disrespecting Pac, and some people might think it's cool. Oh, use AI. Nah, you can't mess with no legend, especially making a legend diss someone like Kendrick from the West Coast. Like, if y'all listen to Kendrick music, Kendrick used a sample of Pac from an interview as he was talking to himself, talking to Kendrick when he did the Rose from Country, using Tupac's poetry and just speaking about how how basically people. That's why Pink the Butterfly is such a dope album. I don't think people act like that jump is whack, but y'all just don't listen to music like that. Tupac was talking about Rose from the country, and that metaphor is basically the same. Just the poor people, disenfranchised people, rise up from basically nothing. A rose usually grows in dirt, but people still rise up. It's like we still want to rise up and be something beautiful, fight back, and revolutionary type of stuff. Tupac was part of the Black Panthers and some really revolutionary type of stuff. But for Drake to use AI when this man, he used clips from back in the day. Like, be more creative. Don't use AI. That's stuff that a lame person would do, and all this stuff he's doing, kind of showing like, yeah, you got money, you got hits, but you just a lame dude. Even when he came back with the heart part six, he could have just stopped that. And to me, this is wrong. I don't mean to say this. Y'all seen Friday. I know y'all seen Friday, but y'all know when Pinky come out there and he robbed Craig, and he play, say it again, say it again, say it again. And he all tough. I think Drake came out there like that, like truck rob me. I'm Drake. You know what I mean? Y'all know you seen. I'm Pinky. The weird it Craig. What did ain't a little white boy? That's what Drake was on. Then soon Kendrick got them bars. That's when Craig turned around, came around, boom, boom, and had him up there crying. He said, man, you're doing. I mean, I know y'all see it Friday. He got messed up in that store. Had a little African come up there. Man, Craig was fighting people for no reason. Beating a little African dude up just because he came in, knocking stuff over with a chip too. Like, why you do Michael Blackson like that? He ain't do that stuff. Craig wasn't even getting paid there. This man act like security guard. Like, he was doing way too much. Like, for real. I know I'm off topic. He's doing way too much. Like, bro, you don't even work here. Your cousin work here, and you just out here being a security guard for no money, nothing like that. Like, bro, you ain't getting no free CDs or nothing. No wonder why Pinky put the gun to it. And I ain't even mad at Pinky no more. Like, for real, I can't even be mad at Pinky. Because Craig was tripping. Like, bro, you coming up in here trying to run the store, and you smoking weed in the back and everything else. Heck, yeah. I think he had to be right to Friday Day. And Rose, forget, y'all doing too much. I'm supposed to sell these records. What y'all doing coming in here fighting people? That's lawsuits. Come on now. Having your cousin come up in here knocking out Africans and stuff. No, man, y'all was tripping. Yeah, they was kind of tripping. But yeah, back on Drake. Back on Drake. I feel like Drake after he dropped that Hot Part 6, he was just up there like Pinky, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, he got me messed up, but I'm a man, I'm hold my own fight. Bro, you lost, and it's time for him to take the L. And I don't mean to talk so down about Drake, but hey, he gonna bounce back from this. I really do think he gonna bounce back from this, but it's not gonna be the same, especially as being called a pedophile. So he should have just let that junk go. Cause now you seem guilty. It almost seemed like R. Kelly out there. It's real R. Kelly is when he's out there crying, "I'm fighting for my life. They really killing me." Yeah, you come across as that. You kind of should have just shut up and like, hey, all right, you call me a pedophile. Let's let it go. Maybe let it right off down to die down, and then like a time like this, I mean, it's over with now. But a time like this when you gonna come back and be like talking trash. But there's also like, I just feel like Drake been doing foul stuff for years. It's catching up to him, and a lot of people are just tired of it. He came into the game on some weirdo stuff, and it's just shows someone who's not part of the culture. And I hate being like this. I feel like he's someone who struggles with his blackness, especially being from Canada. I mean, we black in America, we know how it is. It's different than Canadian blacks. I'm gonna just be real. Not to be like that, but look, y'all. I got a family from Canada. I'm gonna just be real. I love them to death, but Americans, look, I'm from Michigan, y'all. We close to Canada over there by the Blue Water Bridge, Ambassador Bridge, all that. We look at Canadians crazy. We look at them as weak. You know, weak Canadian. Get out of here. You over there. Hey, mate. They don't say mate, but they always say, hey, leave me alone, eh? What you gonna do there, fella? You bloody fella, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, eh? Like, we don't take that serious. Like, come on now. You mess with some people from the hood, or just even people from the United States anyway. You gonna look at you like, Joe punk Canadian, what up? Like, nobody care about you. Like, you gonna do nothing. So, he had that working against him. I just feel like Drake is someone who struggled with his blackness, and he look at coming over here trying to adapt these styles and trying to be cool with people instead of just being yourself. Even if you like these different styles, reggaeton, all that stuff, but show homage. But you don't gotta act like you are that thing. Like, you don't got to speak in these different Jamaican accents and do this stuff just to represent that style of music. Just truly be yourself. And I feel like ultimately him not being himself, him not just being cool and just really want to smoke when people was chilling, it kind of did his end. Like I said, I don't think it's in his career. It's not like Ja Rule thing. He still having major fans. Some of his fans probably turned his podcast off right now because they think I'm going in on him. But I do feel like he just, he messed up. But you know, it's dope to see this in hip hop in a way because nobody's getting killed out there. We're just getting some really dope bars, and we got an anthem for the summer. Like, how much? Not like us getting paid. Like, not like us been being played all summer. And like I said, we got corny politicians out here. Trump is not like us. Trump is not like us. Them of us was killing it. They thought they was at least. But if I'm gonna talk about Drake, I gotta talk about Kendrick too. I really feel like Kendrick is a dope MC, but his music is not for everybody. Like, I understand, like, I like his music because I like more the introspective rap. I like, all styles of my. I like music as a whole, but sadly, I just can't get into Drake. And I will say, Drake do got some hot songs. I ain't gonna say the man's trash. That's just crazy to say of someone who's making millions of records. Not gonna say he's trash or anything, but he's just not my style. It's as simple as that. But when I say Kendrick, I feel like the man struggles with himself as well. I feel like he struggles with consciousness. It's almost like the Gemini stuff is real. Like, he struggles with his consciousness. He doesn't realize if he's a good kid in the Mad City or he's that person, the Mad City itself almost. So some of that hood stuff and some of the crazy stuff you see in the hood, I feel like he's still within him. It's kind of like you can't take the hood out of the person Take the hood out the homie. What's the saying? God dang, I must be forgetting. Take the person out the hood, but you can't get the hood out of him. I feel like that's how he is right now. You see some hit him like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Compton is always gonna be a part of him. I know how it is. Even though I wasn't, born and raised in Detroit, but a lot of Detroit stuff come at me just from being around a lot of Detroit stuff. So I understand that. Like, you make me mad enough, I'm gonna have to get in your face and slap you. I don't like being that type of person, but it's just being real within yourself and knowing that some of these elements is not too good within yourself. And I feel like Kendrick has been showing that more and more. Like a lot of his songs been deeper, speaking about stuff like that, speaking stuff like how he wasn't. He said he wasn't molested, but just hearing people sing he molested, just that generational trauma of dealing with abuse or dealing with people who might think you got abuse and different things of that nature. So I do feel like he has a lot of trauma, and it's almost like when it comes to his consciousness, being to Hollywood and seeing different things in Hollywood or the famous lifestyle and all that. I feel like he's been seeing a lot of stuff and it's been weighing on him. And they really want to expose it. It's kind of like how Tupac was too. Let's be real. He is kind of like a pop baby. So he was looking at some of this stuff, like Tupac was seeing all these weird sexual things. Research he was involved in this stuff too. Slim Diddy parties he might have been at. Was like, man, what was they doing? And you still want to make your money and be this nice rap and this entertainment, but it's also like I don't want to be around this because this is weighing in on my consciousness. This is not, at the end of the day, this is not holy, and I'm not a religious person, but when you look at a lot of this stuff, it is kind of like some deathless work. I mean, let's be real. They say horny because devil got horns. All this stuff. We on demon time. A lot of this stuff is still demonic and sinful, and being around it so much, especially in Hollywood. I mean, come on. We know that stuff go down. The city of angels ain't always full of angels, and that mug Kendrick is from the LA, and I'm pretty sure the more you go up in the chain, you're gonna see crazier stuff. This is stuff. Of course, I ain't experienced firsthand, but we know all stuff going on in Hollywood. We can't escape allegations after allegations, and just ever seeing like he was the only one or Weinstein, whatever them dudes was, like he was the only one, and I'm pretty sure Kendrick's seen some stuff. And I really feel this way if you see he's kind of doing the same steps as Tupac was doing, being that more like I'm Christ and stuff, and wearing thrones in his head. And actually, Drake should have got on him with that. I would have killed him with that because like you wearing these $1 million thrones on your head, but yet you still want to be an activist. Like you could have gave that money to someone like you know who actually need that. So I mean, I feel like those different things. Kendrick is struggling with his consciousness, just seeing the demonic stuff in Hollywood, as well as trying to be a righteous person. There, it's hard when you're seeing a lot of crazy stuff. So I feel like he's battling himself. But that's all I want to talk about with the whole hip hop thing. I still want to talk about some music, or still want to talk about some NBA. We're gonna talk about hip hop all day, but this podcast is still we're gonna talk about NBA as well. So talking about today's NBA, I feel like NBA is kind of a weird state. It's in a good spot right now in a way, but it's also kind of a weird spot because I feel like it's almost gonna go back to defense. I feel like defense is about to come back, and I say that because we look at the new what's it called, second apron and all that it's going on. So we look at this new separate apron going on, and basically a lot of these teams are going to keep their people for a long time. So with that being said, their people getting kept for a long time, some of these teams are going to be more of teams. You know what I mean? Like teams, not just we got the Celtics, we got the Lakers, we got the Knicks. No, we're gonna have some teams that actually have chemistry and people gonna be going together. So they got all this chemistry going on. Other teams are gonna be looking at them like, oh, they play this style, this play this style, and we might be going back to that of actual teams playing different styles, and then it's not just who's outscoring the most, who's got the hot hand. So I feel like even though I don't like the way that this off season been going, it's because a lot of people ain't getting the money, and I don't think that's cool. Like this new rule made it for people like Tyus Jones, someone who's making like 12 mil last time, maybe 16, and now you're going down for 3 mil. I mean, I know it's millionaires in there, but like, oh, they still got money, but yo, that's a big pay cut. Gary Trent Jr. going to the Bucks. This man only making like 6 mil, and he's making like 18 mil. Like, come on, y'all, be real. Take your poor mind off it. Take it like if you was making about 50 grand a year or something like that, and then you go down to like 6 grand, like that's hard to live on. So I hope them boys are gonna get paid next, but I do like it for the fact that teams are gonna try to stick together. But we also want to talk about who gonna take down the Celtics. Right now, the Celtics is hot. They the team to beat, and I don't think nobody in the East gonna mess with them. We got Ant-Man coming. He might take over and beat them. We still got Denver out there. Well, are they gonna be there? OKC. I see them too, but we're looking at today's NBA. I don't know who the top teams are because it's gonna be. I mean, offseason still going on, and I think trades will happen, but it's gonna be interesting to see how this season is gonna plan out. It's gonna be real interesting, but it is what it is. I also feel like the Celtics also want to just. I talk about that some of the time because I'm gonna do a breakdown of all these teams, but right now this is just the intro. I ain't trying to give y'all too much, you feel me? But yeah, I do feel like the Celtics are going. Let me hold up. I'm trying to talk too much. But yeah, we're in a good state of the NBA, but like I said, I just wish the defense does come back a little bit. Cause all that like 70-point games and stuff, it might seem like cool, but it's also boring basketball, at least to me. Like if most people want to talk about offense, yo, we still like defense. Like y'all can't tell me y'all don't like when someone can be like, smack, get that junk out of here. I'm like, y'all like that type of stuff too. Like I know I do. It's just as good as someone making a three or making a dope dunk. If you watching someone lock up your favorite player, like if you a Lakers fan and you see someone, or you a Lakers fan and you see Brown locking up Curry, like just shutting Curry down, you gonna love that stuff. Or if you a Golden State fan and you seeing someone locking up Brown, someone like Andrew Wiggins or something looking up Brown, or Jonathan Kaminga locking up Brown and just making sure he can't do nothing. Y'all love that stuff still. Like we still love Brown's chase down block. So I don't know why we act like defense is not part of the game. If someone lock someone down, rip them up, go for a fast break, boom, put a dunk. We gonna love that just as much. We gonna love someone getting shook and then dunk on through some me. Yo, y'all, you gotta keep it 100. Defense is still out there. Still want to see it. So, bring basketball back being basketball. I ain't saying hand checking, bullets getting beat up and like that, but for real, we still can get some nice defensive plays. But yeah, y'all, that's all I want to say about the NBA. I'm gonna keep this pod nice and sweet. Hope y'all like my Drake talk, like my Kendrick talk. But yeah, we're gonna get into this the first episode. Let's keep it nice and sweet. It's gonna be longer later on. I just want to bring y'all, where you in. Give you a little taste of what's gonna happen. This is first episode, first of many. But I'm gonna have a breakdown of all the teams coming up pretty soon. Whole off season coming up. Trying to have an episode dedicated to every sports team out there. So if y'all like y'all Celtics fans, I got y'all. Lakers fans, I got y'all. Y'all Pistons fans, look, y'all. I might call Miss Bias. I'm a Pistons fan too. So yeah. We're gonna talk about that trash Detroit team as well. We're gonna talk about them trash Hornets. We're gonna talk about the Hawks. We're gonna talk about the Brooklyn. We're gonna talk about the Knicks. We're gonna talk about all them teams. From OKC to Utah. We're gonna talk all about. We're gonna bring the ruckus. What? That's the show, y'all. I hope y'all like it. Hope y'all come back for some more. It's episode 1. But yeah, peace. Y'all can catch me on all social medias. This is Davon Ambitious. And yeah, let's write this out. Get the music. All right, y'all.